Hello and welcome to another update video on ADA. I'm here on the daily time frame, and I have to say, well, on the ADA chart, I'm not really impressed by price action overall. You know that. I still give the bulls the benefit of the doubt here, but we've been in this range for a long time. I mean, this is the daily chart. Zoomed out, you see this choppy price action that unfolded in December, February, March. You know, throughout this entire year, we have really only seen sideways action. So not really impressed by what I see here in this micro price action. It's not much different. So we're going to zoom in a minute. But as you know, we talked a few days ago about this time frame. But I think it's important to repeat it and to highlight the relevant levels also for everybody who's new on the channel. In yesterday's member live session, we talked about many charts that looked like this. I mean, we had this crash on the 10th of October, and then a recovery, a swift recovery, and then kind of here so-called sideways consolidation in a possible wave 2. And a lot of coins look similar. So I think this or next week could be a very important week, because some of these are already trying to break to the upside, like for example Virtual. I think XRP seems to be on the move as well. It hasn't broken out yet, but they're trying. And so I think it could be a very important week. The support area on the ADA chart, here's our daily chart support area. Well, the main one is actually this one. It's between 32.2 cents and 54.2 cents. This is larger degree support. It's a super fragile structure to the upside that's unfolding. And so, you know, it's important to understand that while this is a support area here on the daily chart, it still is a bit fragile, because this whole pattern to the upside is not impulsive. Now, the main reason why I still keep the door open for higher prices is because the pullback, the correction itself, unfolded as a 3-wave move. We don't have a 5-wave move down, so we don't really have a strong downtrend, okay? So you see it from the 2023 low there. We have seen upper, higher highs and higher lows, essentially. But it's just not very impulsive. Pullbacks are quite sharp. Yeah, they are also deep, and it's not impulsive. It's not a 1-2-1-2 setup, but it can be an A-B setup with a C wave to come in, for example, a larger corrective rally. It can also be a diagonal pattern, in my opinion. And in a diagonal pattern, I'm tracking a wave 1, a wave 2, an A wave, and a B wave, and a C wave in wave 3. Then maybe a wave 4, maybe a wave 5. So this is what we are tracking. This is what we're tracking on the ADA chart. I think it's important to understand that it doesn't really matter if it's the white count or the orange count, which might even grind even higher. Yeah. What really matters is, can the bulls actually show up before we break below Fibonacci support? Because this Fibonacci support area we're tracking is located between 47.3 cents and 59.3 cents. We're holding above it, but once we break below it, this 1-2 setup is likely going to invalidate. It's not invalidated. The invalidation point here on the Kraken chart is the swing low from the 10th of October. That is at 42 cents. It will be complicated further by considering different exchange data, because on different exchanges, ADA formed different swing lows, right? That is what makes this a bit difficult. But yeah, overall, I'm treating this as a 1-2 setup. It's important also then to understand, now that we define support, what are the upside resistances and breakout points. And at the moment, I think it's clear we had this crash. Yeah, lots of uncertainty, a swift recovery, and then sideways. Yeah, so just sideways action. And this means there's a lot of uncertainty there. But after this consolidation, to even consider we go back into an uptrend, we need a break above the first resistances. Now, the nearest one is around 71.5 cents. You will see that even better on the smaller time frame. The main ones visible here on the larger time frame are the trend lines. So specifically here around 82 cents, that's the next one. But it depends on when we hit it. So around 82 cents. And then the one above, possibly even more important, because that's been there for a long time and it's kept the price. And this needs to be broken. I mean, really, this is meaningful. Anything below is just range-bound movement. So we talk about round about 92, 93 cents. Now, if we look at the shorter time frame for ADA, go to the smaller time frame, you see this level that I mentioned. It's actually around 82.5 cents. This is the one that we need to break. Here there are some micro levels, yeah, 73.5 cents, but really this is meaningful because this one around 82.5, this is the level where the selling pressure came in on the 10th of October, and this is, you know, crash recovery, but since then we haven't been able to break above this level. Some charts are starting to move above. We saw some attempts yesterday already in the member live session. There are a few coins that have already broken. They look good. Yeah. ADA is still holding below, and I'm not impressed by micro price action here. Very difficult to say if we are already on the move to the upside because we haven't even broken the initial Fibonacci resistance area, which I'm labeling here as wave C of B resistance area between 67.8 cents and 71.8 cents. It's a perfect ABC structure to the upside. Getting rejected from here would mean we're likely forming that broader wave 2, very likely. And I've got the alternative here where we say maybe the wave 2 already bottomed, but then it's nearly impossible to confirm that at this point, and it doesn't look particularly impulsive. So again, for further indication that we have actually bottomed, let's see if we can break above the Fibonacci resistance at 71.8 cents, but that's really a less meaningful level. Yeah. Then the wave 1 high is also resistance around 73.5 cents. Yeah, but less meaningful. What really matters is, can we break above this 82.5 cent level? That's really the first meaningful level, and then the trend line above. And to the downside, if we come down again and form that broader wave 2, as you can see here, which would actually look quite good. Yeah, A wave, A, B, C, and B, C wave down. This support zone, actually, as I said, it looks quite good. It's between 47.3 cents and 59.3 cents. As long as we're holding that 47.3 cents, I can view this as a wave 2 correction. Wave 2s very often reach the 50% retracement, for example, the 55.5 cent level, maybe even the 61.8, but shouldn't break below the 78.6 retracement. They could, but they shouldn't, right? This is already where probabilities shift and more weakness is going to come in. So that's how I see the ADA chart at the moment. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in additional updates, then make sure to also follow us on X for additional charts, updates, news, and much more. I'll leave a link for you guys in the comment section. Also, if you're interested in checking out our member live session recording, where we covered more than 40 coins, I think, this time. A lot of other updates, like there's an Elliott Wave course on Discord for our gold members. Check out our membership, become part of the MCO community. You'll find the link also in the video description. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.